Everyone thinks celebrity marriages collapse the moment scandal hits. But one of the most famous couples on Earth faced nonstop headlines, rumors, and public pressure, and somehow ended up stronger decades later. So how did David and Victoria Beckham survive the one moment that nearly broke everything? It didn't start with drama. Back in 1997, they were basically the definition of a fairy tale, a global pop star from the Spice Girls and football's rising superstar. Within 2 years, they were married, had a child, and were dominating headlines for all the right reasons. David had just completed a historic treble with Manchester United. Victoria was transitioning into fashion and motherhood, and the media crowned them the ultimate power couple. From the outside, their life looked perfectly scripted: fame, success, family, and money. But that perfection created pressure, and pressure cracks eventually appear. Then came the moment that changed everything. In the early 2000s, while David was playing in Spain, reports began spreading online and in tabloids about alleged involvement with a woman connected to his professional circle. He publicly denied the claims, yet the story exploded worldwide. Suddenly, their relationship wasn't being admired. It was being questioned daily. Victoria later admitted it felt like the world had turned against them, and even worse, they started turning against each other. Long distance, constant cameras, and nonstop speculation pushed their marriage into its hardest phase. Most celebrity couples never recover from this stage. And honestly, many expected theirs to end too. But instead of walking away, they did something unusual for people under that level of spotlight. They stopped trying to win publicly and started fighting privately. They took legal action against false stories, avoided feeding the media cycle, and focused entirely on their family. During the chaos, they welcomed another child, which shifted their priorities overnight. Soon after, they made a bold move to the United States, treating it as a reset rather than an escape. Rather than pretending nothing happened, they learned how to communicate. Something David later said became the only way forward. And slowly, the narrative around them stopped being about scandal and started being about survival. Years passed, and something unexpected happened. Their relationship evolved from glamorous romance into partnership. Victoria built a respected fashion brand. David expanded into business and football ownership. They raised 4 children, mostly out of controversy, despite living under constant public attention. Rumors never fully disappeared, but their reaction changed. They simply ignored them. No dramatic responses, no public arguments, just consistency. They stopped trying to look perfect and focused on being stable. Today, after decades together, they openly admit their marriage wasn't easy, and that's exactly why it lasted. Not because nothing went wrong, but because they decided the relationship mattered more than being right. Their real secret wasn't fame, loyalty headlines, or a perfect love story. It was choosing each other repeatedly, even after trust was tested. And maybe that's why their story still fascinates people. Not a fairy tale marriage, but a rebuilt one. Because in the end, lasting relationships might not be about never breaking, but about deciding to rebuild when you could easily walk away.